Welcome to the St. Mary's University of Minnesota High School Challenge. We're very happy to be here with you this Sunday morning on Fox 25, Fox 48. My name is Wirkus, and we are in for one super game because today is our Super Bowl, our tournament finale. We've got two great teams. It all began last October on the campus of St. Mary's University of Minnesota with 32 high school teams from Minnesota and Wisconsin. And they have played games on the campus. We've played some televised contests in the previous weeks that you've seen here on Fox 25, Fox 48. And now we are down to the finale, the conclusion. As I say, the Super Bowl. We have Onalaska and Logan. Well, let's begin by meeting our teams. First, our squad from Onalaska.
I'm Alex Waits.
I'm Jason Smith.
I'm Carl Kerr.
I'm Dave Klitsky.
I'm Josh Krieger, the coach.
I'm Alan Highland.
I'm Steph Couture, their coach.
And with us, our squad from Logan, Crosse Logan.
John Bonasic.
Blake Aller-Murphy.
Zach Gander.
Amy Gunderson.
Brad Benson.
Diane Gephardt, coach.
The director of admission, Tony Piscatello, mentioned to us that this is indeed a Coulee Region Super Bowl.
Yes.
Dr. Claire Cordy is with us from St. Mary's University of Minnesota's faculty. She serves as our judge, and boy, you know, I kidded you, I teased you earlier on about wearing your referee outfit, and I see you are dressed very appropriately and very nicely this morning.
Thank you.
I think it's very appropriate. And what do you think? This is going to be a barn burner, huh?
Well, I'm expecting it will be.
Well, let's hope that I ask the questions properly, they answer them properly, and we don't need to hear too much from you today. How's that
Right.
sound?
That sounds good.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to hear about the rules on a pre-recorded message which explains how our game is played. You'll see some commercial announcements from our sponsors that bring you our program, and then we'll be right back with our first round.
Okay.
Round one is the individual round. The first team is determined by a coin toss. Team A is given a 10-point question and 5 seconds to answer. If no one answers, or if the answer is wrong, the question is offered to Team B. They can answer the question for 5 points or stand silent and lose or gain nothing. Then Team A gets a question and the same procedure is followed. This is done for 20 questions total. Round two is the toss-up round. A 5-point question is offered to either team. The first individual to answer correctly scores 5 points for their team. If it is answered incorrectly, they lose 5 points and the question is again offered to either team. This is done for 30 questions total. Round three is the lightning round. Each team will get 1 minute to answer 10 questions in a category as quickly as they can. Each question is worth 10 points. A question can be passed and gone back to if there is time. Now, back to the game.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
The business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he has been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after they leave St. Mary's is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences, and that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Welcome back to St. Mary's University of Minnesota for our Super Bowl contest here of our High School Challenge Tournament. To my right, 2 places over, is Whitney Miller. She's a junior here at St. Mary's University of Minnesota. She is our scorekeeper and our timekeeper, and we want to recognize her and tell her thank you for all of her help in our tournament. And Dr. Claire Cordy, during the break, we did a coin flip to determine who gets the first question in our first round, and the winner was?
Onalaska.
Onalaska. So you get the first question, folks. Here you go. What insecticide that was the basis for Paul Muller's 1948 Nobel Prize in Medicine greatly increased farm yields and helped reduce malaria and yellow fever, but was finally banned in the United States back in 1972. And number 3 on Alaska.
DDT.
That is correct for 10 points. The Crosse Logan, what small, long-snouted beetle crossed the Rio Grande from Mexico around 1899 and began to spread north and east through U.S. fields, devastating Logan number 2?
Boll weevil.
Boll weevil is good for 10 points. On Alaska, one section deleted from the final draft of the Declaration of Independence referred to, in Thomas Jefferson's words, an execrable commerce. This phrase referred to what? Number 1?
Slavery.
That's correct for 10 points. The Crosse Logan, low temperature glazes usually applied over other glazes are called what? Number 2.
Finishes.
No. On Alaska? They're called enamels. Here's your 10-point question on Alaska. The tuft of elongated feathers on the heads of some species, such as the belted kingfisher and the blue jay, is called a what? Number 2?
A crest.
Called a crest, correct. Geologists use what term to indicate the raising and elevating of a region, Logan? Number 3?
Excavation.
No. On Alaska? They use the term uplift. On Alaska, what is dangling in this example? Smashed almost beyond recognition, I saw my bicycle lying on the driveway. Number 4.
Smashed beyond all recognition.
That's not what we're looking for. All right, let me rephrase that. Let me ask you to tell me, what is the part of speech?
It's a modifier.
No, not correct. Logan, would you like to answer? Number 2, Logan.
Verb.
No, what it is, it's the participle. The participial phrase. All right, Logan, here's your 10-point question. This is about what 16th century country? It was almost entirely landlocked. Sweden and Poland blocked it from the Baltic Sea. To the south, the Ottoman Turks held the Black Sea coast. To the west, the plains of Eastern Europe hindered commercial contacts. Number 2.
Austria.
No. Any idea on Alaska? Number 2.
Russia.
Russia is correct for 5 points. Here's your 10-point question. The historic region of Flanders is on the coast of what sea? Number 2.
The North Sea.
Correct. Logan, the Stourbridge Lion was imported from England in 1829 to provide service between Carbondale and Honesdale, Pennsylvania. What was it? Right on the buzzer, number 2.
Train. No, I have no idea.
The answer was a train.
I'd say yes.
We will accept that it was a steam locomotive, or the head of a train. All right, on Alaska, with what New Deal administration were the Blue Eagle symbol and the motto, "We do our part," associated? Yes, number 3.
Roosevelt.
No. We'll look to Logan. Number 2, right on the buzzer.
ENF, please.
No, what we're looking for is the National Recovery Administration. That's the administration it's associated with. All right, Logan, for 10 points, here's your question. With New York, or actually what New York photographer was ruined financially after pouring all his money into training assistants to help him make a photographic record of the Civil War? Any idea on Alaska? That would be Matthew Brady. All right, here's a 10-point question for Onalaska. You are entirely covering the outside of a box with wrapping paper. What is the least amount of paper you will need if the box is 10 inches long, 7 inches wide, and 4.5 inches high? Number 3?
30.5.
No. Logan? Number 2?
315.
No, that's not correct. It would be 293 square inches. Now here's your 10-point potential question, Lacrosse Logan. Philip of Macedon wrote to the Spartan magistrates, "If I enter Laconia, I will level it to the ground." The Spartan ephors, known for their brusque speech, sent back what single word as their reply? Number 2.
Die.
No. Onalaska? The simple word was if. All right, Onalaska. Insert 4 arithmetic means between 2 and 17. The question is yours if you want it, Logan. Number 2?
8 and 9.
No. 8 is actually one of them, but it would be 5, 8, 11, and 14. The answer we needed to hear. Here's your 10-point potential question, Logan. The growth of bootlegging in the 1920s evidenced a general lack of support for what legislative act, which was number 2?
Prohibition.
No, that's not correct. Onalaska, this act was passed back in 1919. It was the Volstead Act. All right, here's a 10-point question for Onalaska. Fred just wired his cabin. He turned on some lights and all was well. He turned on a fan and his refrigerator and all was still fine. But when he turned on his toaster, the circuit breaker opened and everything went off. What type of electrical circuit does he have? Number 1.
Series.
No. Any idea, Logan? Number 2.
Open.
No, he has a parallel circuit, All right, here's a question for Logan. Susanna bought 5 skirts and 4 shirts at a thrift store for $39. Later that day, at the same prices, she bought 4 more skirts and bought 2 more shirts for $24. Each shirt cost what? The first part of shirts, the first 4 shirts. Okay, Onalaska, it's a tough one. The answer actually would be 6. Those initial shirts were $6. Okay, that buzzer means we've reached the conclusion of our first round of our High School Challenge Super Bowl. Be back to check on that score right after this. Pardon?
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
The business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he's been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after they leave St. Mary's is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Our first round of our High School Challenge Super Bowl contest from the campus of St. Mary's University of Minnesota is in the record books. Dr. Claire Cordy, our score at this point in time.
Onalaska 45 and Logan 0.
Okay, well let's continue on with our second round. Teams, this is about what products made in 1910. A Sears Roebuck Model L sold for $370. Onalaska number 3.
Model T Ford.
No, not correct. A Rio for $500, a Maxwell for $600, and number 2, Logan.
Refrigerator?
No, not correct. And a Hupmobile for $750. One more time, answer from either team. Number 2, Onalaska.
Automobile.
Automobiles is correct. We're talking about the whole group. Our cars are automobiles. Teams, what soldier, explorer, and future U.S. Senator from California mapped the Oregon Trail? Number 2, Onalaska.
Bridger.
No. Anybody else? That was John Fremont. This is about what instrument, teams? When the horizon is viewed through the right-hand side horizon glass, which is partly clear and partly mirrored, Logan number 4.
Sextant.
Correct. How many words are in the subordinate clause in this example? Happiness is absorption in some vocation which satisfies the soul. Number 4, Logan.
4.
That's correct. A commercial truck traveling without a load is called a what? The same thing that people who like Jerry Garcia's band were called, deadhead. Deadhead. Teens, what small oil-rich sultanate on the northern coast of Malaysian Borneo was a protectorate of Great Britain until it achieved independence back in 1984? Number 2, Onalaska.
Singapore.
No. Anybody else? Either team. Brunei. Defense Secretary Robert McNamara told President Johnson that even with 600,000 American troops and combat casualties estimated at 1,000 per month, he could not guarantee victory in what country? Logan number 2.
Vietnam.
That's correct. A homicide committed during the course of another crime, such as burglary, is what kind of murder? Number 4, Logan.
Felony murder.
Correct. A recent book by Paul West is entitled The Corral, The Earps, and Doc Holliday. This title indicates what particular enclosure for confining livestock? Number 3, Onalaska.
Corral.
That's correct. Who wrote this opening line? Miss Jane Marple was sitting by her window. That was Agatha Christie. Teams, what story by Kate Chopin is about Edna Pontellier, a young and frustrated mother whose passions and spirit are awakened during a summer family vacation at Grand Isle? Number 2, Logan.
The Awakening.
Correct. What substance that can be synthesized from ammonia and carbon dioxide is the major end product of nitrogen excretion in mammals? Number 2, Logan.
Methane.
No. Anybody else? Either team. Number 4, Logan.
Urea.
That's correct. In 1849, what executive department was created that would eventually serve as custodian for the nation's natural resources? Number 3, Logan.
Interior.
Yes, that's correct. How many edges are there on a hexahedron? Number 1, Onalaska.
6.
No. Either team. Number 2, Onalaska.
16.
No. One more time. Number 4, Logan.
8.
No. 12. Be 12 edges. Teams, in the Cask of Amontillado, what character ends up spending his last hours behind a new masonry wall? Number 1, Logan.
Fortunato.
Correct. Although his was only one of 27 rear-end collisions in April of 1900. A ballad about what train engineer highballing through Mississippi? Number 2, Logan.
Casey Jones.
Correct. If Earth is 4.6 billion years old, and humanoids have existed on the planet for 2 million years, in lowest terms, humanoids have been around for what fraction of Earth's existence? Logan, number 2.
1/23rd.
No. Either team. Number 4, Logan, you were a little late, I'm afraid. It's actually 1/2300. Calypso is a style of music that originated on what Caribbean island? Number 2, Onalaska.
Jamaica.
No. Either team? Trinidad. The real rate of return for any investment or security is the rate of return adjusted for what? Number 4, Onalaska.
Inflation.
Correct. Right on the buzzer. That brings us to the conclusion of our second round of our high school challenge championship contest, our Super Bowl, between Onalaska and Logan. We'll be back with a lightning round right after this.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
Business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he's been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after their recent years is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Welcome back to St. Mary's University of Minnesota, our High School Challenge Super Bowl, our final contest of our tournament action. Dr. Claire Cordy, where do we stand with our score after 2 rounds?
Well, we knew this was going to be close, but I didn't think it would be this close. It's 30 points for each team.
30-30. All right. Everybody's going, Okay. Well, what that means is that we did a coin flip at the beginning of the contest.
Right.
Onalaska won that coin flip. So this time we look to Logan and we give them the opportunity to choose between the 3 categories of our questions during our lightning round. Those categories are humanities, year 2000, and potpourri. Logan, what is your choice?
Potpourri.
Potpourri, your choice. An important lightning round. Once again, let me reiterate, we put 60 seconds on the clock. If you don't know the answer to the question, say pass. I will continue to the next question. Don't waste any time. If there is time left after reading through the whole 10 questions and time remains, I will go back and repeat the questions you passed on or you missed the first time around. Okay. Here we go. Identify the expletive in this line. It is no wonder that people are so horrible when they start life as children.
Pass.
Terrestrial sediments include all those not deposited in the ocean. What adjective indicates all the sediments that are?
Marine. Huh? Marine.
Correct. A world map that depicts Greenland as a landmass larger than South America or Africa using what kind of projection?
Mercator.
Correct. In statistics, a beta error occurs when a hypothesis is accepted that is?
Too large.
No. In 1792, what captain sailed into the mouth of the largest North American river flowing into the Pacific and named it for his vessel, the Columbia Redovia?
Pass.
What novel by Leon Uris is about the creation of the modern state of Israel?
Pass.
What adjective indicates stage furniture or props designed to fall apart or shatter easily during a play?
Pass.
In 1842, the 5-year Maori War began in what country?
Pass.
In the 13th century, the Mongols, under whose leadership?
Kublai Khan.
Genghis Khan, actually, they captured Beijing. Okay, Onalaska, we'll look to you folks. We have 2 categories of questions. We have the year 2000 and we have humanities.
Year 2000.
Year 2000 is your choice. 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go. What Confederate vessel that had not been seen since 1864 was raised intact from the waters near Charleston in 2000?
Pass.
In 2000, Millie, Krista, Alexis, Carol, and .com were born. They were the 4th type of mammal to be cloned. What kind of mammals were they?
Sheep.
No. Skyrocketing fuel costs in 2000 and the oil shock of the 1970s are both related to what international cartel?
OPEC.
Correct. What was the central issue prompting the Million Mom March of 2000?
Abortion.
No. While it took years for bubonic plague to spread throughout just Europe in the 14th century, what computer virus spread throughout the world in the year 2000 in just 2 hours? That's correct. In 2000, Los Angeles junkman Willie Fulgier found 52 identical statuettes near a dumpster. These stolen statuettes were what awards?
Oscars.
That's correct. In 2000, what country was most opposed to a proposed sale of the Aegis cruisers to Taiwan?
China.
Correct. In 2000, the United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, said that within 4 years, what disease will create over 1 million orphans in Mozambique alone? And that buzzer means that we've reached the conclusion of our lightning round. We'll be back with that final score right after this.
My advisor especially, he's almost like a father figure. He's pushed me to study abroad because he said it would open up doors of opportunity for me through employment.
Business department here has given me the skills and the drive to aspire to form my own corporation.
My main advisor is Dr. Johnson, and he has been very helpful in helping me plan my career.
What the employers are looking for after they leave St. Mary's is a package, not just an academic major, but they're also looking for graduates who have communication skills and leadership skills and field experiences. And that's what St. Mary's does so well. It's not just prepare them academically, but also helps them get the total package.
Well, it was a goodie. Our Super Bowl contest is in the record books. With me is the Director of Admission from St. Mary's University of Minnesota, Tony Piscatella. What was the final score?
Well, it was a nail-biter, and it came to the lightning round, as you know, Terry, and Onalaska prevailed 70-50.
Oh, wonderful. Just a wonderful contest. I think this deserves a hand from our studio audience. And then, Tony, you have some scholarship and plaques.
Well, I have some scholarships and plaques, but before I do that, Terry, I want to thank everyone who participated in this tournament. You know, as you mentioned early in the show, there were 32 teams, actually from the tri-state area, who participated this year in the 31st year of high school challenge, and St. Mary's has been the sponsor of that for nearly 2 decades. And during those 2 decades, we've had a great association with Terry Wirkus, and we'd like to make sure that we continue this over the years, Terry.
Thank you.
I also want to thank the crew for their help, not only on the taping of the shows over the last 7 weeks, but also the behind-the-scenes people. And you've met some of them already. Sister Claire Cordy, Dr. Claire Cordy, is the chair of her day job at St. Mary's is the chair of our biology department and has been a judge for this program for 10 years. Thank you. Whitney Miller. Whitney is a junior at St. Mary's, and as you mentioned earlier, Terry keeps the score for us very well in the clock, and we thank Whitney. And Nicole Witt, who's a marketing coordinator in the Office of Admissions, is the director of this whole program, so I want to thank all of them. Thank you very much. And of course, I want to thank the staff and the crew at Fox 25, Fox 48 for their work in taping and airing the program. I do want to present the runner-up plaque this year for the 2002 High School Challenge to Blake from Crosse Logan High School.
Thank you very much.
Blake, I want to congratulate you and your teammates and your coach, Diane Gebhardt, for a terrific year again, terrific season. Your participation and your wins over the last year arranged for your school to have 2 $2,000 annual scholarships to St. Mary's, one for a member of your team and one for a ranger at large in the senior class, totaling over $32,000 in scholarships. So congratulations.
Great, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. And Josh, I'd like to present this plaque to you and to your Hilltopper teammates for a great game today and for a great season. I hope you'll be able to display that proudly at your school. I want to congratulate you and your teammates and Coach Stephanie Curl. It's been a great year and a great event. So thanks so much, and we look forward to both of your schools participating next year.
Well, Tony, thank you again. Sure appreciate it. And we thank all of you. This program would be nothing if you weren't out there watching it with us. So from the campus of St. Mary's University of Minnesota, we wish you a great season, and we hope to see you again back on the High School Challenge here on Fox 25, Fox 48 next spring. Take care. Bye-bye. Great. Good job.
Thank you.